He's so strong. He's phenomenal hand, phenomenal cup, great side pressure. I mean, he's a complete package. Unfortunately, I think I'm the second worst matchup in the world for him. I think the man to my left is his worst matchup, and I think I'm the next guy in line that is just problematic. I think I'm going to cause him a lot of problems.
I completely agree with Michael when he says that Oleg Petrenko has no lane to defeat him. And yet, I do not think Michael is going to win this match. We'll discuss the reason later in this video. Oleg Petrenko expressed his excitement to face Michael Todd. He considers Michael as one of the legends of the sport. He says that this match is very special because competing against such a respected athlete is a major opportunity in his career. The travel to Arkansas wasn't the best experience that Oleg could have had. It took him nearly 40 hours of travel to finally get there. It was physically exhausting. Despite that, he is now doing well. We saw him at the press conference. He is fully prepared. Oleg talked about changing his training style to face Michael and to defeat him. But I do disagree with him on one point. And that is Oleg saying that you need to beat Michael Todd really fast. If he stops the match, it's over. I'm not sure where it comes from, but all of Michael's losses come from long, exhausting matches. Yeah, he may get flash pinned once in a while in a 5-round or 7-round super match, but that's not usually how it goes. Usually, most of the rounds that he loses are absolute wars. Oleg said that Michael is one of the most difficult opponents to prepare for because his king's move style forces the arm wrestlers into uncomfortable positions. And just because Oleg doesn't want to get into those uncomfortable positions, his priority is to protect his hand and wrist and maintain control and then finish the match quickly. He doesn't want to get into a drag race with Michael Todd. So Oleg thinks speed is the key. He wants to attack aggressively from the start. He wants to avoid a prolonged war. If Michael establishes his king's move, if he hits that stop, even if it is near the pin pad, the match for Oleg is going to become much more difficult. Petrenko usually walks around 104 or 105 kilos. He does not follow any strict diet to maintain that weight. It is his normal weight, so that's why he feels the most comfortable in this weight category. He can even drop below 100 kilos if necessary. His current goal is to defend his 105 kg titles as many times as possible and establish himself as the undisputed king of this category. He does not want to go down to 95 kilos, at least not too many times, because he does not see much competition in that category on either left or right arm. In fact, he wants to move up and face Dave Chaffee and defeat him, and maybe even get a world title shot in the future. Oleg is also ready for a rematch against Alijan Muratov on the left arm. He believes that he is absolutely ready and he can actually win that match this time. He was asked about Devon Larratt rematch. Since Devon is the only arm wrestler who has defeated Oleg on the right arm, in the recent times at least, he has tremendous respect for Devon. He believes that he still needs some more development, more strength, more experience before facing Devon again. Even though he respects Devon's level, he feels he will perform much better in a rematch because he is significantly stronger than what he was during their first match. Oleg was also asked who has the best chance to defeat Levan, and the immediate answer was Devon Larratt. He doesn't actually think that Devon is a favorite against Levan, but he certainly has much higher chances than anyone else in this world. Oleg had a message for Michael, and it was, they can be friends outside of the competition, but at the table, they are warriors and rivals. He hopes Michael has fully recovered from his weight because he wants to defeat the best version of Michael Todd. And Michael has said during the press conference that he's already over 240 pounds, and on match day, he can be close to 250 pounds with full clothes. So we can expect Michael to be at least 5 kilos heavier than Oleg during match time. Michael Todd has cut from over 260 pounds down to 231 pounds for this event. This is his shape at 104.5 kilos. He said that he is the leanest and the healthiest that he has ever been. His blood work, his breathing, his recovery, his overall health, everything is better. In fact, the best that it has ever been. He believes that getting leaner is actually making him feel more connected and efficient on the table. And the scariest part is Michael kept hitting personal records in his arm wrestling specific lifts despite losing so much weight. And the reason is that when Michael was a super heavyweight, He created a program for himself, maybe to target Levan Saginashvili. And he still kept hitting those numbers despite losing this weight. So he never really got weak, at least in the gym. How strong he is compared to before on the arm wrestling table, that we will see in a few hours. A couple of days ago, Michael said that the weight cut was mentally very difficult because it was really hard to resist the cheat meals for multiple weeks. But during the press conference, he said that the weight cut was surprisingly easy, easier than what he thought. He was promoting the event a lot leading up to this event, but then he switched to arm wrestling mode right before the press conference, or as soon as he saw Oleg Petrenko in Arkansas. Michael said multiple times that Oleg does not have any lane of winning.
I win them all. I'm 4-0 sweep. But the round one is where I crack his wrist and take his soul.
Michael's reasoning is Oleg's hand and wrist are not strong enough to contain his pronation. His pronation numbers are hitting its absolute peak. There is no way that Oleg can be as strong as Vitali in the hand and wrist department, or in anything for that matter. He said that Oleg is about 5'11". He does not have the size or the frame to execute a successful flop press to press Michael Todd's King's move. He simply does not see that happening. And Michael has every right to believe that after he has already seen Oleg struggle to press John Brzezinski and Devin Larratt in his matches. Then why did I say that I don't see Michael winning this match? The reason behind that is purely simple, based on history. Michael has never been the #1 arm wrestler in the world in any weight category. Ask yourself a question. Do you really think that now Michael Todd is in such a great shape that he will be able to do at the age of 52 or 53 that he has never been able to do before, ever in his career? I see Oleg Petrenko maybe as the third strongest 105 kg arm wrestler in the history of arm wrestling, behind Devin Larratt and John Brzezinski, prime John Brzezinski. Yes, Michael was not nearly as strong as he's right now when he lost to Ongarbayev, when he had the 105 kg title opportunity for the first time. But Oleg Petrenko is also no Ongarbayev. He's like twice as strong as Ongarbayev. So does Michael really have a chance to win this match? I guess it once again depends on how much strength Michael Todd lost when he lost all of that weight. Because I don't see Oleg Petrenko defeating a 300 or 290 pound Michael Todd. But this 240, 45 pound version of Michael, I'm not sure how strong he really is. So Michael thinks that round 1 is probably going to be messy and difficult for him. His goal is to crack Oleg's wrist, establish control, and take his soul in round 1. Round 2, it can still be competitive and potentially a dogfight. Round 3 and 4, he expects Oleg to fade physically. He expects him to not have anything left in his arm. And that's how Michael sees himself winning with a score of 4-0 and becoming the new champion of the world in the 105 kg category. Michael did not make any 60-40, 70-30 kind of prediction because he believes Oleg virtually has no path to victory. There is no lane for him. He does not have that good of a flop press. Michael said he has a lot of experience arm wrestling the super heavyweights and feeling their power, and sometimes even actually defeating him. His Georgi Swetkov match was awesome. Oleg does not have that kind of experience on the table. He has much respect for Oleg. He mentioned Andrei Pushkar a couple of times. We have seen how Oleg failed to take revenge against Devon for his former teacher, late Andrei Pushkar. Even though Pushkar himself took his revenge against Michael in their 2016 or 17 super match, but Michael also had a super match win over Pushkar. Can Oleg avenge that? We'll have to wait and see. Use code Pradeep for the pay-per-view. I'll see you again.